What's up? Welcome to part 2. So in part 1, I talked about the 5 reasons why you shouldn't skip leg day and how that's important. And then on part 2, I'm going to be talking to you today about the 5 lower body exercises that you should be doing at home that don't require any weights or any equipment. What's going on? Welcome to the channel. My name's 𝘾𝙤𝙤𝙘𝙝, certified personal trainer and fitness nutrition coach. And on this channel, as always, I want to help you feel, move, and look better through mobility training and nutrition. Now, as always, if you'd like, you can go ahead and click on that link down in the description. I'm going to put a handful of timestamps for the 5 lower body exercises that don't require any weights or any equipment that you can be doing at home. So if you just want to go ahead and skip straight to that, please just go ahead and click any one of those links and you can go through those 5 exercises. So today I've got 5 lower body exercises that you should be doing at home right now, especially if you've never worked out before. Let this be a quick little guide. Like I said, on this channel, I want to do some different things. We are closely approaching our 100 workouts. And once those workouts are done, I'm sure I'm going to keep doing some more, but I'm going to be working a lot more on my online programs. I'm going to have a lot of really good content to help you even further. So I want to be sure that I have all the free good stuff on the internet first, because I'm going to have a really good advanced beginner program that's going to focus on bodyweight exercise. So if you're brand new to working out, they are the easiest of easiest exercises. Even my beginner free workouts on the channel can be pretty hard sometimes, but I did create a series that I recently did last year, just haven't released it yet. And then even I've been working on this one for 4 years, cover model body. It's taken me some time, but I promise I will get that out. And anywho, I'm not gonna get on a big tangent, but I'm gonna wanna release some beginner exercises for you. But in the meantime, I've got these 5 lower body exercises that you can start practicing right now that's gonna help you a ton. So we're gonna get into that. All right, so number 1, we have our single leg Romanian deadlift, or AKA standing bird dog. Generally with a single leg Romanian deadlift, or let's say a Romanian deadlift, you're having a bar or a weight, we are hip hinging, we are bending at the waist, we're tracing that bar, tracing those dumbbells down our legs. With a single leg Romanian deadlift, right, we have the weights in our hands, we are balancing on one leg, we're coming down, but let's just call this a standing bird dog, okay? You might do this in yoga. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna balance on one leg, and then we're gonna hip hinge. So we're balancing on one leg, we're gonna hip hinge, we're gonna kick this leg back. Watch the hip from over rotating, okay? That happens a lot. When I was first doing these, I was just coming down and up. That's actually a little easy to do if you have to tap your toe on the ground. But the path of least resistance is there, because if I'm bending over and just keeping all that weight on one leg, for example, I'm not feeling a giant stretch in my hamstring. So I wanna drop that hip. I wanna keep that hip square. So when I come down, again, single leg Romanian deadlift, if we have weights, we're hip hinging, we're coming down, we're holding onto the weight, chest out, shoulders back, pulling that stomach in, and I'm keeping my back as flat as possible. Standing bird dog, we're gonna balance on one leg, we're gonna hip hinge, knee is soft, you're not bending it too much, knee is just a little soft, you're gonna bend at the waist, you're gonna raise those arms all the way up, and then you're gonna extend and push the head through the shoulders. I like to look down at the ground. Don't look straight or up. You could look straight. I wouldn't look up because it's gonna put a lot of pressure on your neck and in your spine. So again, when I'm coming down, I like to look down on the ground. It's gonna give me a reference point. I'm gonna hip hinge, I'm gonna balance, I'm gonna bring those hands up, looking down onto the ground, and then I'm gonna come right back up to the top, okay? I was losing my balance a little bit, so if you are losing your balance, that's okay. Feel free to put that foot right back down. So I'll just kind of show you from the front here. I'm hip hinging, I'm gonna bend over, raise those arms, bringing them up. Also pay attention to your hips. So when I'm here, I wanna make sure that I keep my hips square, so I'm gonna drop it down. Again, you can kind of see from the side, this would be bending over with an open hip. Oh man, my balance is so bad. Foot's burning up, train my legs pretty hard. All right, so let's see if I can get this right. So this is the bad way. Okay, let me just actually do it the right way, because I'm so used to doing it right. So here's the good way, right? So perfect balance here. That was a lie. Come on. Here we go. I know it's a lot harder than it looks, right? So balanced here. Now if my hip over rotates, that's path of least resistance. So again, coming down, hip hinge, knee soft, bend at the waist, try and take the bend out of the leg. God, I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe it's my shoe. Let's take this. Maybe the Nike Air Maxes aren't really good for this. I do sometimes like doing these on the ground so I can really, oh yeah, that feels so much better. I guess it was the shoe. So anywho, maybe you don't use Air Maxes for these RDLs. But anyways, I'm balancing on one leg, And so here, when I'm using my body weight, my foot's very connected to the ground. So I'm actually able to maintain that. And especially when you are doing yoga, that would be a little bit easier to do. So yeah, I guess with these Air Maxes, they're a little bit more showy, but I just use those. So anywho, single leg Romanian deadlift, use that one lower body exercise to help improve your balance, your knee, hip, and ankle stabilization. And I truly, really feel that everybody should be doing that one exercise. Number 2, we have the squat, all right? Basic body weight squat. So when I'm squatting, I want to keep my chest tall and I want to keep my knees soft and I want to help open up my hips. So again, as I'm coming down, I'll show you from the side. When I'm starting to squat, I'm going to point my toes out. Well, here, we got to get straightforward. So I'm going to point my toes out a little bit. I'm going to push my knees out. So when I'm squatting, chest is tall, head is up, I'm looking up, I'm pushing my knees out, I'm opening up the hips. Again, you don't have to go all the way down because if I show you from the side, yes, a squat stretch with body weight, I might come down, but you can see I have this butt wink, meaning my lower back starts to round a good bit. So when I'm performing the squat as low as you can as long as you're maintaining a flat back. So for me, probably right about here, I'm pushing my knees out. My abs are very, very tight. My head is up, so it's keeping a flat spot on my back. I might be able to go a little bit lower, but again, if I go too low, my lower back starts to round. So I want to just go low here. And again, if your ankle mobility is poor, you're going to find yourself bending over the waist. So you don't want to squat like this. You want to use those legs. So sit into the movement, push the hips and the butt back. Watch, path of least resistance, you're just going to do this. But we got to sit the hips and the butt back, pull your stomach in, abs very tight, push those knees out. We're going to go into a nice squat right there, nice little pause, hold, and then we're going to come back up. As you come back up, literally try and, I know it seems crazy, pelvic thrust, knees soft, clench your butt cheeks, all right? You want to squeeze your glutes because then you can take a traditional squat and make it a lot harder. So again, we're coming down, we're pushing the knees out, nice little pause, pull the stomach in, head up, create that arch in the back, and then you're going to come up, pelvic thrust, squeeze. So I'm squeezing my glutes, and again, as I come up to the top and I squeeze my glutes, my thighs, my hamstrings, my calves, everything is flexed tight, all right? So practice that squat, because as you do it more and more, it's a great overall exercise just to help to improve the strength in your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, especially your quads. You're gonna feel that a lot. But a lot of times when I'm coming up in that squat, I wanna flex and squeeze my glutes, I can feel my hamstrings a lot, okay? And if squats are bothering your knees, you could check out one of these videos. I'm gonna put a link down in that description. I have a 10-minute knee pain workout, so if your knees are hurting a little bit, maybe you should try some lower body foam rolling. I'll put that video down there too. Try out some lower body foam rolling, that one video that I have, or also try out my knee pain workout that you can use to help rehab and rehabilitate your knee so that way you could do some squats. All right, number 3, we're gonna do a glute bridge, all right? So a glute bridge is done off the ground. A hip thruster is done from a bench. But again, this is gonna be a body weight only exercise, and this is an exercise that you should be doing. So now maybe someone who's a little bit more advanced, I'll have you doing hip thrusters. So we have our back on a bench, and then we're doing a hip lift. Sometimes we'll do single leg hip lifts, but if you're a complete beginner, I know a lot of times in any kind of rehabilitation exercise program, they're gonna have you doing these glute bridges. So we're just lying down flat onto the ground. Now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna glute bridge. Sometimes even we'll do glute marches, right? So glute, well, we won't even talk about the glute march yet, but a glute bridge, heels down onto the ground. You wanna pay attention and make sure you feel the glutes contract. So if you're having a hard time, make sure you get a foam roller or a massage gun, go over your butt, seriously, massage your glutes, roll them out. If you look at my massage ball mobility video, I'll put a link down in the description. I do have a massage ball video that I'm actually massaging my glutes, so you're gonna wanna check that out. And I'm also, anything of the double massage ball, you can cross your ankle over the knee and you can roll that out. But what we're gonna do here is we're literally gonna pelvic thrust and squeeze. Now, when I did this thrust right here, I do feel my quads a little bit, but as I thrust, I literally want to clench my butt cheeks. I'm going to feel my hamstrings, but as I come up, you can play around with the feet position, all right? Maybe you bring them forward a little bit, maybe point your toes out, but you're down onto the ground, pull your stomach in, thrust. Now don't think about over like hyperextending, right? Because if you do that too much, like here's all hamstrings. So when I thrust, I want to draw my stomach in and squeeze. So now when I do that, like literally even put your hands on your butt, come down, keep your hands on your butt, pelvic thrust, clench your butt cheeks. Can you feel them contract? It might be hard in the beginning, but practice this move right? You might even go start off with at least maybe 10 repetitions. You can go up to 15 or 20. Look for a little bit of a burn, but primarily you want to feel your glutes contracting, okay? And if you're having a hard time with that, try and get some deep tissue massage done on the glutes. Again, there's really no, what I don't want to see is I don't want the feet too far out, because if I'm here, this is like purely hamstrings, right? I'm doing a hip thrust, but my hamstrings are just getting lit up. But I like to keep at least the knee directly underneath the heel. And I don't want to go too far, because if I'm too far, sometimes people are here and they're on their toes. And so I'm just feeling my quads the whole time. So your glutes, that's the prime mover, but you drive through your glutes by pushing through your heels, and that's how you make that connection. So again, generally I like to kind of have that heel underneath the knee. I can maybe move it out forward a little bit, maybe back a little, shoulder blades down, pull that stomach in, pelvic thrust, squeeze, and I literally want to have my head looking through my hips there. And then right back down, inhale, breathe in, pelvic thrust, bring those, clench your butt cheeks. It's almost like I'm kind of pushing my knees out, rotating the heels in a little bit, and I just want to feel those glutes contract. But you want to try and do everything you can to get those glutes to fire, and that's a great exercise that you can start doing just lying down flat on the ground and getting those glutes to work. All right, fourth exercise, we got a standing lateral kick, all right? So we're gonna be working our stability and working our balance. Now, if you're even just having a hard time with this one, you can even just sit down, maybe use a mini band and put that around your knees and then just bring it out, or even use a mini band standing. But again, I just wanted to give you something with no equipment needed. That are my 5 top exercises that are hitting everything. So we had the single leg RDL, hit the hamstring, squat, thighs, glutes, glute bridge. We had glutes mainly, little hamstrings. Here, single leg side lateral kick. We're working the ankle, knee, hip stabilizers. Also that glute medius, that side of the butt, right? So we're balancing on one leg. Again, I like to stay pigeon-toed, because if I point my toe out, it's gonna get my hip flexors and my hips a lot, right? So I'm gonna keep my toe in, heel out, I'm gonna balance, and I'm gonna kick out to the side and then bringing it right back in. Now, like I said, if you're having a hard time with this one, you could stand next to something, put your hand on something, hold on to something, and maybe you just do a hip swing, right? Because if you're doing a standing hip swing, that can help improve your mobility. But also, if you wanna strengthen your glutes and also strengthen the leg and improve that balance, stand and then kick. And you're just here, side lateral kick. So again, I do like to kick with that toe in, heel out, just slightly pigeon-toed, because when I do that, that helps accentuate the glute. When I kick out to the side like that and bring that leg up, I help get that glute, because again, if I kick with that toe up, I feel the top of my thigh and my quad there. So again, balance on one knee, toe in, probably go for about at least 10, maybe go 20 repetitions, kicking out to the side and then back in, and see if you can stay balanced. If you need a tap and reset, go ahead and tap. So you might do a kick and then back down, but see if you can do it slow. Slow is fast here. So see if you can bring the leg out, pause, and then bring it in, tap and reset, or just stay balanced, kick, pause, and then back down. Because as you're doing this, your calves, your shins on the other leg are gonna get worked a lot. You're gonna feel the thigh, feeling your glute. But also as you're kicking up to the side, you're gonna be working that glute medius, that side part of the butt. And that's just a great body weight exercise that I like to do, that even if you get advanced, or even if you're beginner, it's gonna help improve the foundation of your legs and your lower body. Number 5, my favorite, last but not least, we have the reverse lunge. It is my favorite leg exercise of all time. Lunges are my jam. I absolutely love them because I really connect with them. That's the one exercise for me I just connect with. Like I said, I feel my glutes. I feel everything I'm working. If I want to do and focus on my quads a little bit more, I'll do a short step. If I want to get my hamstrings a little bit more, maybe I create a deficit. But if you just have body weight, or say just have body weight, if you just have a flat surface, you could just do a body weight reverse lunge. So starting off, hip width apart, feet about hip width generally, feet together. I'm gonna take a step back, I'm gonna drop back, and I'm gonna come down, and I'm gonna step up, and I'm gonna come up together. I'm gonna keep that knee soft. So as you can see, when I come up, I'm not locking on my legs. Sometimes I see people here or here. What you wanna do is you wanna work that range of motion. Now it depends on what you're doing. Very rarely am I just doing this. I mean, if I'm doing that, I might, I might be here, and I might be doing like some sort of plyo movement. But anyway, so reverse lunge, knee is soft. We're dropping that foot back, inhale on the way down, stay onto that heel. We're gonna step up together, keep that knee soft, flex, squeeze the glute, keep those abs tight, stomach's pulled in. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale. Inhale, breathe in, abs are tight. Exhale. And we're just focusing on our breath. Dropping it down and exhaling. As we come up, you should feel that glute contracting tight. You should feel the hamstring, the thigh, everything should stay flexed and as tight as possible. Focus on more quads, take a short step. But again, even when at that short step, see my weight's on the heel of the foot, and then I step up together. Drop back, down, I'm stepping up together, I feel a lot of quad. A little bit more hamstring maybe, drop back a little further, coming down, and then step. So I'm still working the quad no matter what, but I feel hamstring and a glute. Inhale, breathe in, abs tight. Again, I'm not I'm hip hinged a little bit. What I mean, leaning forward, but I'm not rounding my lower back. So I'm here, and then I'm stepping up together. Inhale, big breath of air, dropping back, chest tall. And again, I have my hips forward a little bit because that helps me get more glute engagement. If I'm here, I'm gonna feel a lot in the other leg. So when I'm coming down, I don't wanna be straight up and down because I feel that other leg and that hip flexor a lot. So again, you don't wanna stay straight up like that unless you're doing a stationary lunge, and even if I am, I'm a little forward, right? And I'm pulsing up and down. But even when I reverse lunge, I come back, hip hinge a little bit, and I step because I want to feel and work my glutes. And so that is one of my favorite lower body exercises that I would highly recommend doing. And especially they're one of the safest because if you ever have any kind of knee pain or issues, they're one of the safer exercises I would recommend start doing. And like I said, if you have any kind of knee issues, check out my follow along knee pain workout. I'll have that link down in the description. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I really hope you enjoyed these 5 lower body exercises that you should be doing at home. I highly recommend it because they're one of the top 5 that if I had any brand new clients starting with me, I'll generally have some sort of variation of these exercises. Generally on my first phase of training, I have a lot of people do stability and stabilization work. So we'll work our single leg Romanian deadlifts. We'll do single leg balance. Now sometimes not single leg balance kicks, those side lateral kicks, those can get hard. So I might do a hip swing. I literally might hold on to something and then have people just swing their legs and open up their hips, because opening up your hips is the energy pathway to your body. And it's super important that you do that and keep that mobility in your legs so that way you can be able to move freely, okay? And these lower body exercises, again, not skipping leg day, super essential to do because they hit just about every single muscle in all the muscles in your lower body. So with the single leg Romanian deadlift that we started off, it's working the hamstrings, knee, hip, ankle stabilizers, the squats, and overall great compound movement, abs, glutes, thighs, butt. It works a little bit of everything. Again, like I said, if your knees are maybe a little bit questionable, check out the knee pain workout that I have. But then also those glute bridges, lying down on the ground, thrusting the hips and just squeezing the glutes. You would seriously be surprised that if you do all of these exercises in succession, it's a heck of a lower body workout. So try and combine all of these exercises together. Number 4, so we did the glute bridge, then we had the standing side lateral kick, working that glute medius. So again, there's 3 parts to the butt. We have the maximus, the large part on the bottom. We have the medius and the minimus. And the minimus is kind of another layer around where the medius is, which is a little bit smaller. But again, super important that whenever you're working this side lateral kick, you are hitting that glute medius, okay? And that's gonna kind of give you that, I guess, that 3D shape to the butt, because a lot of your squats and lunges, that's gonna work that larger part of the bottom, but you wanna have a little something going on there. And also too, it's good to do those side lateral kicks, because especially if you're snowboarding or you're doing any kind of sports in the winter or mountain biking and you fall, you want some cushion so that way you don't hurt or break your hips. So it's very important that you do those. And then last but not least, we did the reverse lunge. Again, great body weight move because it's safe. As you're taking a step back, it's a lot harder for you to push that knee forward when you're dropping that leg back. Works the thigh, it can work the hamstring depending on what you do with your foot placement. So if you want to try and pair all these exercises together and you're super brand new, try 2 rounds for 10 repetitions on each exercise. Try and go through them, practice the form. And if you're having a little bit of harder time with this, please comment down below. Let me know what you thought. We can get on the call as always if you want to do a coaching program with me, any part of the world you're in. Whether if it's in Europe or Asia, I can still work with you because we can either do virtual sessions where I'm watching you work out and I can critique your form, or we can just do a customized online plan where I'm writing out your workouts and writing out the foods that you need to be eating, okay? So let me know what you thought about the video. A lot of times, like I said, I do these workouts for my clients and anybody who's working with me online or in person because I want to give you more instructional and really good information. So let this serve as a very great body weight, lower body routine that you can do at home, and also just these 5 top exercises. So sometimes maybe you're doing one of my follow along workouts and you see me doing jump squats. feel free to substitute them for reverse lunges. This is kind of like one of my educational series of exercises, so I just really want you to hone in and make sure you get the form and technique on some of these moves. So again, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. If you're brand new, subscribe, click that notification bell so you never miss any of my latest content. Comment down below if there's anything else you'd like to see, if you have any other ideas or feedback for me, because I'm always looking to improve this channel and I want to help you get the most out of your workouts. So stay tuned, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.
I keep on working, got purpose and worth. Music's my cure and this world is my purse. Get rid of this curse with every verse. Of course I've been hurt, but some have it much worse. Leave me alone, get out of my head. Block out the opinions until I am dead. They all go to sleep, but you listen instead. Listen some more and you'll cease to regret. I keep on working, I got it on track. You gonna see my name up on the flag. I sail this ship and I'll never come back. I keep this bitch on the line to attack. Never look back, I make a record like Crash. Top of my bracket I smash, I'm like a pack. I'm about to stack it like cash. It's gonna happen so fast.
Never change my